Okay, here's my first attempt at making a cooking video. We're gonna make a spaghetti with meat sauce today. I want to give props to a guy named Jeff from Pressure Luck Cooking. My puppy's there in the background giving us some entertainment. So Jeff from Pressure Luck Cooking on YouTube is an awesome YouTube channel that I would highly recommend for people to check out. I have taken this method and recipe from him and adapted it to my own. He has his spaghetti and meatballs. I don't do it that way. So what do we got here for ingredients? We have ground beef and hot Italian sausage. In no particular order, we've got Parmesan cheese, Boursin spreadable cheese, butter, olive oil, garlic, onions, a bouillon there for some chicken broth we'll use later. I think I already said olive oil. There'll be some sauce that we'll use. It doesn't matter. I've used any kind of classical sauce. It's worked out pretty nice. Salt, pepper, spaghetti in there. I'm going to throw in parsley today, and that's just for shits and giggles. We have red pepper flakes, oregano, Cajun sauce, some whole tomatoes. And I've forgotten one thing, and this will be included later when we go through the process. But the other thing that will be in here will be some hot sauce. Back later when I get all this prepped and get it ready to go into the Instant Pot. Okay, part 2. So I have the Instant Pot Duo Plus, and there's two big features of this thing. There's the saute feature, and then the just the good old pressure cook thing. So what we're going to do here is we are going to put this on saute for 30 minutes. I'm only going to use this for about 5 minutes, and we are going to use some butter. And there it is, it's going on here. So we're going to put some butter, and we're going to put some olive oil in here. That'll be upcoming. All right, we have some butter going there, and the recipe calls for about two or so tablespoons of olive oil, and yeah, that's give or take about right. So we're going to let that melt up and really get going before we put the onions and the garlic in. All right here we have our onions. I just used a yellow onion and our garlic. Jeff's recipe called for shallots and 2 or 3 shallots, maybe three cloves of garlic. I got a lot more garlic there, probably solid 5 or 6 cloves. This is 2 onions because I like onions and I like garlic, and in all my cooking that I've been doing in the last little while, this has definitely been a key ingredient. So let's see if I can do this without. So in it goes. You can hear a bit of a splash. So that's awesome. And there's the garlic. There goes the garlic. Now, see that flat-edged wooden spoon? These things are the bomb. And these things, I swear to God, especially when it comes to Instant Pot cooking or anything done in a Dutch oven is what I'm trying to spit out here, guys. You really want to get this thing, because this is going to really help you get all the burn bits. Back in the old, when I was growing up, I always thought burning was a problem. That is not a problem at all. You just need to learn how to deglaze this stuff off. So we're going to let this cook. It's really killing my eyes right now. We're going to let that cook for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to introduce the meat into this. Okay, so you ready? We rolling? Okay. Okay, so we're going to season up the onions and garlic with something I like to do. A little bit of salt, as much pepper as you want. A little bit of salt. The rest of these ingredients probably have. So I like to put a lot. That's the only time we're going to use salt and pepper, which is very unusual for me. So yeah, so we're going to introduce the meat here in about 1 more minute. So okay, Kate, you can cut. Just for the hell of it, I thought I'd introduce myself. My name is Les. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, originally from Winnipeg, Canada. And about 6 to 8 months ago, I decided that the cooking was going to be a thing for me. So I got my quarantine beard going on here, my gray hair. Normally, I don't look this old or this fuzzy. But anyway, so we're going to continue cooking here. We're going to introduce our meat into this mixture in about 2 seconds. I'm using my iPhone, so I have no idea how to make this flip over. But anyway, we'll do this in a moment. Okay, we're rolling. All right, so what we have here is we have hot Italian sausage, and we just have lean ground beef. It's rare to, where I shop, it's rare to find the hot Italian sausage sort of ground up and ready to rock and roll. It tends to come in mild, and I think mild's for babies. So we're going to introduce this right in there like so. Yeah, so we got mild, like I say, hot Italian sausage. We got some ground beef. We're going to ground this up. We're going to use our handy dandy flat wooden spoon to make this happen. And yes, so we are going to cook this. This usually, I don't know, I usually go about a good solid 5 minutes here. We don't, again, the Instant Pot's going to cook the bejesus out of this. That's really not going to be a problem. But it's just sort of a nice thing to do. Browning is a good thing. It brings out flavor, and it just makes this nice meat sauce a little extra delicious. Anyway, we'll be back to you in a few minutes. All right. Ooh, almost. I'll have to edit that part out. Hopefully I know what I'm doing. All right, so we are very, very close. You can see this is bubbling up real nice. I am not going to drain any of that off, because that's just going to add to all the beautiful flavors that this Italian sausage and lean ground beef are going to add to our sauce. So now we're going to build the sauce. So what we're going to have here, yeah, is I've got 3 cups of chicken bouillon, chicken broth. So that's going to be introduced into this. And then we're going to have a cup and a half of Classico spaghetti sauce. A purist would make some marinara sauce from tomatoes and garlic and olive oil. I did not have time for that, so I did not do that. So this recipe Jeff loves. He's inspired with spiciness, so we're gonna make this spicy, and this is spicier than what he does. So he calls for a quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm putting in half a teaspoon because I'm a rebel, and that's not coming out. We'll scrape that out in a moment. This is a Cajun sauce, or Cajun spice, I should say. So that's going in there. No Italian recipe inspired is without. So we have oregano. So that is a teaspoon of oregano. That Cajun spice, which I already poured in, but I forgot to say the amount, that was a tablespoon. And I decided to throw parsley into this recipe just because I feel like it. And I'm trying to get those red pepper flakes out, and they don't want to go, so I'm just going to move them with my finger, and in they go. Okay, then we got some. This is what's really going to spice this up. That's half a cup. See, half a cup of Frank's sauce. And what was the last thing we were going to put in this thing? Well, that's it. So we're going to give this a bit of a stir. All right. There's 2 more ingredients we're going to put in here before we put this on the Instant Pot for a few minutes. You can see you can't smell that, you can't see that, but boy, oh boy, you can just see that that's just going to be an amazing base. So what we're going to do next here is we're going to put in some spaghetti, and we're also going to put in about seven canned tomatoes from the good folks in Canada called Aylmer, which is a little town in southern Ontario that puts out a lot of beautiful canned tomatoes that come fresh made in Canada. Video. All right, so now we're going to put in spaghetti. So I'm using an 8-quart Instant Pot. It could almost fit in, but doesn't quite fit in. So a lot of pasta purists don't like this. Tough shit. I am using a pound of pasta. If you're an American, I am using approximately 500 grams of pasta for this recipe. It's only my wife, myself, and Kate, my wife. We're not going to eat all this, but this will feed us for a while. Okay then. So Kate, if you could just. So what we want to do now is we just want to get that so that the sauce covers the pasta, and that is beautifully covered. And now we're gonna add one more ingredient before we put this on. And so you can see I've got some tomatoes here. My buddy Jeff, he uses little cherry tomatoes. I don't feel like buying cherry tomatoes, and we happen to have everything we needed in our fridge today. So I'm gonna, those are about 7 little tomatoes, and that's about it. And Kate, if you could just hold the camera for a moment. Okay, it's Instant Pot time. We are going to, so we've got all our ingredients there. We're going to turn the Instant Pot on. We're going to make sure it is in the sealing position. And then right here, we're going to go to the meat option. You can also use the pressure cook option. It all depends on what model you have. So we're just going to use the meat option. And we're going to, I'm sorry, I know my camera work sucks, and one of these days I will invest. And then with 8 minutes to go, this is what it takes to do our spaghetti here. And as you Instant Potter knows, this will go on in a few seconds. Okay, I thought I'd just mention that there's 3 more things that are going to go into this. We got 1 minute to go, and then we'll quick. We got 1 minute to go there in the video, and not the video, in the cooking process there, and then that'll be a quick release. That'll be a couple more minutes. So they're redone. So we're going to quick release that, and we'll be back once it's ready to take off. So there we go. So that pin is dropped. It is now safe to take this lid off. I'm going to take the lid off. There's a little factoid that a lot of people don't know about Instant Pots. That is designed to hold the lid right there. All right, you can see that we've got a lot of brew going on here. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to mix this up a little bit. And sometimes the spaghetti will sort of be a little bit clumpy. So I'm going to use the spaghetti thingy that we all know what the spaghetti thingy is. So I'm going to get that mixed up going here so that and I see that my lovely wife Kate is coming here to help be my camera assistant. So, hello, lovely wife Kate. Can you help me out here? We're getting some lovely wine. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to introduce a little more of the pasta sauce. We'll get that stirred in a little bit more. We want to introduce 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then the key ingredient to make this sucker so cheesy and so delicious is this Boursin spreadable cheese. It'll go in here like so. And now I'm just gonna, and this will change, you saw that color was kind of red. It's gonna change it, make it a little orangier, but trust me, it is so delicious and cheesier. So we're going to get this going. Kate, stay on me the whole time, please. And we're going to get this really mixed in there, really nice. This stuff is so hot right now. And Kate, if you can sort of get into you can see how cheesy and how thick and amazing that sauce is looking. You saw as I beat that down there a little bit, that the sauce, the cheese thingy was kind of stuck to that. So we're just going to keep stirring this up a little more. You can see how much this has made. This is, there's only Kate and I, and this will definitely feed us at least 1 or 2, certainly 2 meals, certainly not 1 meal, unless we decide to go crazy. I find it interesting this time around how the tomatoes have kind of held their form a little bit more than usual, but that's okay. It'll feel very authentic. So yeah, so this is pretty much ready to throw into a bowl. Kate and I didn't actually put together a salad or some garlic toast tonight, but a garlic bread with this would be really beautiful. But we're just gonna drink some wine. It looks like, Kate, if you can go down to the. Hi, so here I am again. So we're ready to eat this, and yeah, so that is my version of Jeff from Pressure Luck Cooking's spaghetti and meatballs. This is a spaghetti and meat sauce, and it is amazing. Enjoy.